Hi, everyone. Welcome to Broke Teachers Travel Podcast. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Jordan, and this week we're going to be giving tips on how to save money for travel as a first year teacher. You were a first year teacher not that long ago.
Yes, well, sort of. I was a first year teacher several years ago. Then I kind of started over with a different grade. So it's kind of like being new all over again, especially when you go from high school to littles.
Exactly. It's very, very different.
Yes, it is. And you
So,
have to buy all new stuff, which makes things pricey.
exactly. So, what's one of those things that you and I both kind of learned about that?
Well, I think the first thing is remember that you do not have to buy everything on your own and you do not have to buy everything immediately.
I completely agree. I know a lot of my friends who are teachers now that were students in high school with me, and I've seen them purchasing everything, and I'm like, whoa, 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 you don't have to buy everything all at once. It's kind of pointless because you don't know what
Yeah.
your school is going to supply. You don't know what older teachers might give you, you know?
And yes, it is exciting to go out and buy the teacher things. I'm guilty of doing that today. I purchased a few things, but you just can't go crazy with it because
Right. And
it can add up to a lot of money. What was you found the statistic on how much most people spend on their classroom every year? Do you remember what that
yes,
number was?
I believe it was around 800 to $850 a year is what the average teacher spends,
Oh, yeah,
which is
easily,
absolutely crazy, but it
easily.
adds up.
That's a plane ticket somewhere,
Oh, absolutely.
like an
Even maybe a
international plane
couple.
ticket. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So let's help them save some money. I think we've got some good tips.
Oh, absolutely.
What's yours? What do you have?
I would say check what your school has available to you before you go out and purchase out of your own pocket. And remember, as a teacher, a lot of the things for your classroom will come out of your own pocket. And that is a very big expense. And teachers do not make a lot of money. It's said in our
No,
podcast name, Broke
broke
Teachers
teachers
Travel.
travel. Exactly. No, we don't make a lot of money. And you're right. Check to see what's available. Some schools supply different things. Some schools actually supply your paper that you need.
hmm
Um, some can't. It just depends on the situation. Some give you some supplies as far as like construction paper, markers, pens, things like that. Others can't do that. They're not able to. So just check and see because that can save you a lot of money.
Right. And I mean, also, some schools will supply you with a little bit of money to even just get going for like school supplies and basic
Hmm.
needs. And if you're part of certain departments, they will even fund that department a little bit of money to get them going to get the proper supplies for
Yeah,
those kids and to supply what they need for the students' needs.
right. And some departments actually get more money than others and they are able to
Right.
do a little more. So check with yours
Oh,
because you never know.
absolutely.
Um, Here's a big one. And this is a hard lesson to learn, I think, for a lot of first year teachers. We all want to do the best for our kids and we want to be the hero. We want to save all the kids. We want to do everything we possibly can for them. And we want to take it out of our own pockets. But if a veteran teacher offers you something for free, take it. Be sure to take it because more than likely it has been useful to them for some years or at some point during their years, and it may be useful to you as well. You just have to think outside the box, look at what it is, and use it. There are all sorts of things veteran teachers have given me bulletin board borders, different things, along the way, different like things for the curriculum. They are a wonderful resource. Check with your veteran teachers.
I remember you got those, you got a bunch of sets of puzzles, and you had that one with all the different locks, and it's
My
still
kids
going strong.
still love that to this day. I've had that. It was already used and I've had it for 6 years and my
It's
kids still
literally
love
crazy.
it.
And remember too, if you are going to purchase something out of your own pocket, get the quality items
Yeah.
because I mean, I know some of the brands that hold up really well are like Melissa and Doug.
Oh, those
Um,
toys hold up forever.
I think that may be what that puzzle is. If not, you've got a bunch of really good Melissa and Doug sets in your
Yes, I
classroom,
do. The wooden toys last so long. They are so good.
even after being sanitized too. So
Yes.
keep that in mind um, as you're going to purchase things or if you're adding stuff to your Amazon wish list, if your school allows that. Just keep in mind everything is going to have to be sanitized.
Yes.
Kids are not,
A
they're
lot.
germy. I mean, everyone's germy.
But
Um,
kids especially.
yes, exactly. So keep in mind if it can be sanitized, it can go in a classroom.
Yes. 100%. Um, what is your next thought? I mean, what's something else you can think of that that first year teachers need to know to save money?
Well, I would say kind of what I just mentioned. If check to see if your school allows you to have an Amazon wish list. Those
Hmm.
are very, very helpful. I actually know that in y'all's school district this year, they had a place for all the teachers to drop their Amazon wish list, and a bunch of people just went through and were fulfilling teachers' wish list. And I mean,
Which is amazing.
exactly. I mean, classroom supplies are not cheap, not in the
They are
slightest.
getting oh, they are getting more and more expensive. Jeff and I were
Absolutely.
in the school supply section about 2 weeks ago, and he was just walking around stunned and kept saying, "When did everything get so expensive?" And I
I
said,
know.
it's just crazy this year."
It's insane. And I mean, as a college student who has gone paperless, I have saved a lot of money with that. Um,
Yes.
and,
Speaking of which, don't forget to check out our podcast on saving money for college travel because she gives you all of these tips.
and it's awesome. And a lot of schools now, they've got a lot more online curriculum. So
Yes.
don't I mean, make paper copies of things for students who need it, who need those accommodations, but also remember a lot of that can be shared over like Google Docs and Google Drive. You can share that stuff with your students, and that will also help you save
Yes.
money on paper, as
And
well as it's got a
especially
paper trail that you gave it to them.
especially at the high school level.
Oh,
That's a big
absolutely.
one.
That started whenever I was in high school, and that was so helpful because I was part of the pandemic crew
Mhm.
that went through in 2020. So whenever we all got sent home, all my schoolwork was on Google Drive, and I
Yeah.
could even my stuff for band. Like, I mean, as crazy as that sounds, we were able to submit videos and all of that. So I mean, if it's something that your student needs to do a presentation, but they're out of
Mhm.
school, you don't have to try to buy a case of paper to send them all of their work. Just share it with them on Google
Yeah.
Drive, and that will save you so much money. I mean, a pack of paper is almost $7 now.
Yeah. Make it editable and you're good to go.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I think is very important is to comparison shop. You can
Oh,
save a
yes.
lot. Watch the ads and they change from week to week. Just go through, do it, and they're even on your phone. You don't even have to get the actual paper ads, they are on your phone. Just check the apps and it'll tell you what's on sale. You can compare them quickly between two places and say, okay, this one has a better deal. I'm going to go buy my stuff here. And that can save you quite a bit of money.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, check stores too. Like
Mhm.
whenever they're starting to clearance their stuff. I mean, even grocery stores, as silly as that sounds,
Oh, you got
check it.
me several great things at your Kroger last year
Yes.
for my
Shout out
bulletin
to Kroger.
boards. Yes.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
some
got you
really cute
packs.
border.
Right. I mean, I got packs of border for like 13 cents and like days of the week. I mean, literally tons of stuff. And it said it was like 75 cents. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I got up to the register and everybody was just stunned because I bought like 10 packs worth of stuff. And I
Mhm.
was like, I mean, still, even at 50, 75 cents, whatever,
That's
it's a
still a
bargain.
bargain.
But then I got up there and they're like, okay, your total's $1.30. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just pulled out cash and I like called my mom and I'm like, hey. I just got you like a really good deal. I don't even care if you really use it. Like, give it to somebody else at your school if you don't. But I figured I'd save you some money.
Just
And
for the
so
record,
then,
that's second semester this year. That's what's going
oh
on my
yeah,
bulletin board, second semester.
oh yeah. And that's again a thing. Like, even tell your family, hey, if you see this, please let me know. Because if it's like not in their area or they can afford it right now, they'll help you. They'll look out for you and help you get all the things that you need for your classroom.
Oh, absolutely. And another place, speaking of grocery stores, that has some great resources for like pre-K and kindergarten is Aldi. They have
Really.
great games and little activity things that are fantastic. Actually, remember you found me a sight word bingo game
Oh,
there.
yeah. I forgot about that, but I did
Mhm.
find that there because I called you and I was down the aisle and I was just getting groceries with my husband. And I was like, "Hey, mom, I don't know if you want this." And I call her quite frequently in multiple stores doing this.
Yes.
And yeah, so I mean, even check prices in another state.
Yeah.
That's something else too. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, we live about an hour from a bigger place in Alabama, and we go there sometimes if something's cheaper because sometimes it's worth the drive.
And
That's
sometimes it's even worth shipping to somebody if you find a
right,
bargain. I mean,
right.
that can really, really be big.
And take your money that you've saved with that again and use it like the envelope system or the savings account and save that for travel.
You would be surprised how quickly it will add up throughout a school year.
Oh, absolutely. And I would say one thing that's kind of important, not kind of important, is very, very important. Make sure to address to your students' parents that if they're having financial difficulty getting any of the items, because a lot of them have gotten very expensive, we just talked about that,
Mhm.
um, that there are programs within the school that can help them within the district, even at just organizations throughout the city
Yes.
that you live in. There are a lot of places, and I mean, if you can afford it as a teacher, I'm sure you'd be happy to help them. But I
Oh,
also know that as a first year
100%.
teacher, it is very, very difficult financially because one, you don't know what the pay looks like. It's
You don't
very
have the income
crazy.
coming in yet.
Right. And you can also go send them to a veteran teacher's classroom and supply them back with whatever later. They are more than happy to help you with that most of the time.
Usually, if you reach out to guidance, they know of resources, or there may be some there in the school that can,
Absolutely.
and they have ways of helping. Guidance is a great resource for this type of situation.
And it's not even just with school supplies, remember, it's with, like, dress code and,
Yes.
school lunches and that kinda stuff, like, if a kid, may not be able to afford their cafeteria bill and they, have gotten a letter sent home multiple times, and then some schools will just shut them off, make
Yeah.
sure that you address it with that parent because the chances are the kid is embarrassed and they don't wanna tell their parent. So make
Yes.
sure that you're proactive in helping them with that rather than letting that sit.
And rather than you having to pay for it out of your pocket when you don't have the funds coming in yet.
Absolutely.
Another thing to think about, going back to the shopping different places, check to see if a store offers a teacher discount. I know Michael's, Target, Joanne, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, um, tons of places offer teachers discounts. So check that.
Also, if you're majoring in education, you can even do the same thing with a college discount. A lot of places offer that. And if you see something for your classroom, I mean, I picked up tons of stuff already for me. I said I was never going to become a teacher, but you know how that goes. Um, I mean, both my parents are teachers, so naturally, I'm going to end up in the school system. Let's just face it. Um,
You'll be involved in education.
But I mean, use your college discount, use your teacher discount, whatever. I mean, tons of places have it. And one thing I'm going to emphasize again is there, I believe it's 11 days left from the time that we're recording today. So August 4th to August 15th at Sam's Club, they are offering that membership for $20. So
Yes.
do not forget to go do that because they offer amazing school supply clearance during the year, markdowns. We've gotten stuff like laminating sheets for like $5 a pack. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yes,
insane.
I was racking up on those. They were switch I think they were actually just redoing the,
Hmm.
labeling on the boxes,
Oh yeah.
and I was getting them so cheap, and, I started a new box for this year, and I still have a box and a half left
That's literally insane.
because I bought those, what, 3 years ago? 2 or 3
I'm
years
pretty
ago.
sure.
Yeah.
And they were like a good brand too. Like
Oh,
it was
yeah,
a
they're a
well-known.
well-known brand name, yes.
Hmm. And also, I mean, I picked up like mechanical pencils and stuff, and like they were those expensive like Papermate ones. Let me tell you, I love those things, and I love pens. That's my weakness. I love
School
colored coding
supplies.
things.
Yes.
I mean, again, naturally, like I just
Teacher's
can't
kit.
not get away from the classroom and like school supplies. Been my favorite thing my whole life. But
Yes.
yeah, like check out those deals because that will save you a lot of money for travel, like a lot.
And remember too, the deals aren't just right now.
Right.
They start marking things down usually around September when they're trying to push in all the Halloween stuff. They start marking down the school supply stuff. So watch for those clearance sales. That can be a huge money saver. And take that money, compare it to the regular, take what you pay, the price you pay, compare it to the regular price, and put that money away for travel.
Oh, absolutely. Also, speaking of Sam's Club, if you're in a grade level that allows snacks, most like a lot of schools do offer a snack time just because lunch has to be pushed back so far now,
Yes.
just because there are so many kids.
And
Keep in
cafeterias are
mind,
not big.
right, keep in mind that you don't have to purchase those snacks for the entire class. And if you do want to supply like a special snack here and there or something for like holidays or just like a treat because your students have been behaving really well or any kind of like incentive, keep in mind Sam's Club is a great place. They've got a lot of allergy free snacks most of the time. And they're individually wrapped is a big thing.
Yeah,
But
that's huge.
you can get a big quality for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful. I know we've gotten like the Mott's gummies in the past and just like a couple other things, but
Yes.
those are always kind of a good go-to is like gummies. They don't have like a lot of
Gold
sugar. They don't have,
goldfish, things like
right,
that. Yeah.
and they're not messy. So keep that in
Right.
mind when you're purchasing that too, because if not, you're gonna have to
Yes.
spend more money on cleaning supplies, and we're all about saving for travel.
That's right. Speaking of food, one great way to save money is to pack your lunch during the week. If your school doesn't have a refrigerator, ask if you can purchase a mini fridge for your room or even put the cold packs in your lunch. It should last. You should be okay. Some schools don't allow the mini fridges, but if they do, that is great. And you can get a used one. That's what I did. I love mine. It's amazing. And it's fantastic to be able to just pop your lunch in there and have it ready to go. And you're not having to pay for school lunch and you're not having to pay to go out or anything like that or order something in. It's going to save you money in the long run.
Also, do the same thing for a microwave. And remember, again, it does not have to be brand new. You can go on
No.
Facebook Marketplace. If you live in a college town, and I know I'm plugging college kids, but man, they are so nice. Like, so my husband and I got married in August. So, I mean, we moved into a house, and being in the college area, we found mini fridges, we found chairs, and
Yes.
sometimes for a classroom, you only need one of something. So those
Yes.
college kids are a great resource to go to if you need that. And they're like, okay, I really just need like $20 so I can DoorDash some food. Like they'll sell anything, I promise.
Yes.
So be sure to be on the lookout like on Facebook marketplaces and even consignment stores and thrift
Hmm.
stores and all of that. I mean, most of the time that's been used for like maybe a month, maybe six
Yeah.
months and
Even
they're just
just
done with it.
even just word of mouth, just put it out there that you're looking for one. And sometimes when you're working in a school, you will be surprised at what shows up or someone says, "Oh, I know someone that has one for sale."
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
that
That's
network of working in a school is fantastic.
Oh, for sure. And make sure whenever you're purchasing your food for the week, you keep in mind that you check the weekly ads. You know,
Yes.
I'm all about the weekly
Oh,
ads.
I know you are. You actually plan your menu based on sales.
I do. And if anybody would like for me to make a video about that, I definitely will because
Yeah,
it
drop us a
saves.
comment below because that can save you a huge amount of money for travel.
I mean, like this week, I just looked through the ad at Kroger. I was looking at my coupons, and my purchase was like $250, and it went down to like 192. And I mean, it's a lot of savings. So I took
That's
that and I put it in a travel fund because I'm going to a Jonas Brothers concert, and frankly, I would like some money for merchandise when I travel. So do keep that in mind when you do that, you know?
yes, yes. That is definitely going to be a go-to. Um,
Absolutely. And that's all on your phone too. So it's right.
yeah, even
Do
the
that during
coupons.
your Exactly. Do it over
During
the
your lunch
weekend.
break. Do it during your
That
lunch break.
you can usually see the previews on Tuesday for the ads and then they come
Hmm.
out Wednesday. I know Aldi, Kroger, and Publix are like that. And
Yeah.
maybe Target. I can't remember.
I
But
think
something along the lines of that.
there's a couple of states that are like a day off from us and
Right.
they may actually start on Tuesday. I can't remember, but
Mhm.
whatever it is, just look the day before and
Right.
you'll be
And
able to see the next week's ad usually.
also continuously check those coupons that are in that app because they're not the same day to day, and that can save you tons of money. Like the one that was $20 off $200 that I had the other day was not on there 2 days before. It was just the 10 off 75. So I was able to stack those and get $30 off my purchase.
Which is
So,
an amazing savings.
oh, absolutely.
And what's the final one you have for us?
Um, Well, I would say keep in mind as a first year teacher, you need to be practical. You want to dress nice, but consider discount stores like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, wherever you teach, it needs
Even
to be
online.
practical. Yes, even online, you need to be dressing practical. You don't know if there's going to be like a kid randomly touches you with cheese puffs and they're like, "Hey, look, my hand's orange. Now it's on your
It's
shirt."
happened a time or two here.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm just gonna say right now, you're gonna be crushed if it's a white shirt that you spent $40 on. It's like a
Yes.
beautiful Calvin Klein, like,
And
I mean,
just a quick tip that I saw just a while ago when I was looking for some different things. I noticed Etsy today has a ton of the teacher t-shirts
oh
marked down
yes.
like 40-50%. So heads up on that.
And even like, I mean, check your local vinyl stores.
Hmm.
We've got a vinyl store here. Super cool. Like if you know anybody that crickets and you want to
Or has
save
a
some
heat
money on your
press.
wardrobe, yes, Cricut or heat press. And if you want a teacher wardrobe, I mean, honestly, even a heat press for $100, as much as it's an investment, it will save you money from having to buy a bunch of expensive stuff. I got a heat transfer, what is that called?
Designed like it was already pre-done.
And it was like 350 to $5, something like that. So I bought it for one of her teacher friends, and so I mean that's gonna save her money. It even saves me money on the vinyl. So keep that in mind. That's very helpful in my opinion to kind of try to save money on clothes because I mean spend the right amount, but don't overspend because that is very it's a very
Easy
big
to
deal
do.
when you do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very easy to do. You get caught up in all the cute teacher things, and it is just a rabbit hole that
Oh,
is very
yeah.
easy to fall down.
I mean, I'm already in it and like I'm not teaching.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you're on your
oops.
way.
Yeah.
You're on your way. But I think that's going to do it for today. I think that's all the tips we have. And make sure, remember, every penny you save, stick it in that travel fund. It can make
Yes,
all the difference
absolutely.
and use your breaks to travel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me
Thank
today.
you for being with me today. Dad has
Remember,
been traveling. Jeff has been traveling. So Jordan said she would host with me. So, yay, that's been lots of fun. And we've got some
speaking
big surprises coming from some of Jeff's travels.
speaking of my dad, let me just add a bonus tip here. If you would like to save money during school years, do not do what he does and leave your reusable containers for your lunchbox in your classroom because you will have to throw them away because they get gross.
And start
Or
over.
yeah, I mean, or you have to start over. So make sure to bring those home daily. I mean,
Yes.
it's much appreciated from the other person who's like fixing the lunches. So just remember that. Love you, Dad. Not trying to call you out or anything, but it does save some money. I mean, you could have had maybe 10 extra dollars to go to Turkey, but
It's
whatever.
easy to do though. You stick it in that mini fridge, and sometimes you just
Oh yeah.
forget that it's there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So be sure to check that out. And we hope you guys have a great week.
And remember, check out our website at broketeacherstravel.com,
Yes. And remember, break the monotony, not
not
the
the
bank.
bank. Bye.
Bye.